Hello, and let me ask right off, what are your subtle bodies? I've made reference to subtle bodies in previous videos, and today we're going to take a deeper dive into them. Firstly, subtle bodies are an experiential event and rest on context derived by empirical testing with theory and observation, not just from some weekend workshop, but from over thousands of years as seekers find answers to the great questions. Who are we as human beings? How are we made? Where are we going? What is it to be a human being? What is God? Are there angels? And so on. Over the millennia, people have found meditation providing answers to these questions based on direct experience. Now, to answer the question at hand, what are your subtle bodies? We start by acknowledging the seers and sages over the millennia who have revealed an understanding of ourselves that go far beyond our physical bodies. We are not this tottering biped designed to pick berries and escape being eaten by saber-toothed tigers, for example. We humans are like icebergs. Our bodies are the tip of the iceberg, and the bulk of who we are is largely hidden or unconscious. There are clues, however, and lots of evidence to show that we are much more. Let me explain. Starting with the physical body, called Annamaya Kosha, being the sheath made of food in the Hindu tradition, it consists of some 30 to 40 trillion cells working in unison together. That in itself is an amazing fact. It is the anchor on which our subtle bodies rest. Next we have the etheric body, also called in the Hindu system Pranamaya Kosha, life force, vital body. Chinese terms of qi or qi referring to the layer or sheath of life force that innervates the physical body. You can experience this directly. Let me invite you to rub your hands together vigorously, and then holding them apart, feel the vibration in your hands. That is your life force. As you bring your hands closer together, you feel like there's a meeting between your hands and some sort of force field is there. That is also your life force, your etheric body, which extends beyond your physical hands. The whole ancient medical systems of acupuncture, Ayurveda and naturopathy work on stimulating and balancing the etheric body with the other subtle bodies, out of which comes health. The next subtle body is the astral body, or is called in the Hindu spiritual system, Manasmaya Kosha, meaning sheath made of illusion. It is the layer of our consciousness made up of our thoughts and emotions. Together, the astral and etheric bodies form this pair of rascals that can be the source of much misery in our lives, with emotional reactions and desires competing for attention. We can devote a lot of time and videos to discussing this one topic. Other terms might include mind and can be further delineated into thoughts and emotions and knowledge. This capacity for knowledge, Vijnanamaya Kosha, allows us to enjoy computers, drive cars, catch fish, enjoy better health, and build houses and skyscrapers. The last subtle body in our model is called the ego with a capital E. This term has been muddied by psychology, and ego lowercase e has come to mean the mind. In our model, that means the astral body. It's a bit like the term liberal in US politics compared to the original meaning of liberal from English politics. Ego is also called higher ego to help differentiate it from the psychological term ego. Ego, capital E, or higher ego, is the eternal flame part of you, the principle of individuality that gives you your unique standpoint, the I am. It is the part of you that can know the divine, and is the part of you that can know God. It is the part of you that goes from lifetime to lifetime and remembers your past lives and can see your future lives, like beads on a necklace. To bring further clarity, the ego is to human beings what the sun is to the solar system. Altogether, these bodies form the fourfold subtle body model. I suspect its origins came from the Hindu model via the theosophists of the 19th century and validated and adopted into Western spirituality by Rudolf Steiner and his anthroposophy movement. Note, Rudolf Steiner doesn't differentiate between the Manasmaya Kosha and Vijnanamaya Kosha. Also note, traditional Chinese medicine doesn't refer much to the astral body from what I understand. It does, however, have a profound working knowledge of the etheric body and its interactions with astrality. Now, in the West, the Clear Vision School based in California, USA, does make that differentiation between the astral body, that's the emotions and thoughts, and the supraastral body, the know-how to be able to work a computer, drive a car. Jungian analysis, or depth psychology, talks about a soul-mind axis. I believe loosely corresponds to the ego, capital E, astral, or upper complex. Within the model, we can make two broad delineations: the lower complex consisting of the physical and etheric bodies, and the upper complex consisting of the astral body and the ego. And here it is represented graphically. Notice that you have the four subtle bodies divided into the upper complex and the lower complex. Now we look at a comparison of subtle bodies in different traditions. Notice in the Hindu tradition we have no term or equivalent for the ego. And note how the term soul is a kind of a sloppy term for the upper complex, as it also includes the astral body. There are great mysteries occurring at the edge of the creation, including the ego. The Indian tradition has a sheath called Anandamaya Kosha, or sheath made of bliss. Is it the same as ego? There is a lot of speculation that that is not the case. Also, Theravada Buddhism focuses on process rather than subtle bodies. This is interesting as Buddhism came out of India and seekers would already have known about the Hindu subtle body model. What happens when you go to sleep? Your physical and etheric body lie there on your bed. Your astral body and ego go off traveling into spiritual realms. Sometimes, as you are falling asleep, you can feel the lightning effect as your astral body lifts off and your etheric can let go a little bit more. It is a spreading feeling. This is why sleep is so important to human beings, as it gives the etheric body the chance to regenerate, having been worn down by the sculpting and grinding of the astral body during the day. This is the spiritual reason why old people become worn out and lose their youthful looks. It is the wearing out of the etheric and a crystallization of their astral body. What happens when you die then? Your upper and lower complexes separate for the last time. Your physical and etheric bodies return to the earth from where they came, and your astral body and ego continue on a journey during which your astral body dissolves into astral dust. If it is particularly crystallized, it can shatter, creating fragments. Ayurveda and Chinese traditional medicine has a lot of information on handling these fragments. As the astral body dissolves, it leaves the ego to continue its journey. Once it's reached the heights of its trajectory, the ego is then able to begin a new journey of incarnation back on earth. Now, there are lots of fine details with all of this, lots of different threads to follow upon, as these are fascinating and complex topics. If you have questions coming up from this video or others, feel free to put your questions in the comments below, and I will respond. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to know more about meditation and mindfulness, subscribe, and more content will be on its way to you shortly, providing tips, techniques, and context to help improve your meditation. Thanks for watching.